The much-loved neonatologist and reality TV star Jen Arnold, best known for her appearance on TLC's The Little Couple, has shared some touching and hopeful news. Her cancer is in remission. After months of treatment, emotional ups and downs, and regular follow-ups, Arnold's latest scans show no sign of active cancer. She shared this news in an emotional statement on social media. Her fans, friends, and family were overjoyed and relieved, and praised her honesty and strength. Arnold has always been open about her health, both as a doctor who works with critically ill newborns and as someone with skeletal dysplasia, a type of dwarfism. Her story has long been one of strength, openness, and advocacy. This new update is another example of her determination to overcome hardship. She surprised her followers when she first revealed her cancer diagnosis in early 2023, raising awareness about how unpredictable health can be, even for people who live with chronic conditions. She decided to seek medical help after experiencing strange symptoms like constant tiredness, unexplained weight loss, and pain. Her instincts led to early detection, and as a doctor, she knew not to ignore even small symptoms. Arnold chose to only share what she felt comfortable sharing, so she hasn't gone into detail about the type of cancer she had. However, she has talked about the treatments she received, which included surgery, chemotherapy, and targeted therapy. Because of her unique medical history, including previous spinal surgeries and her condition, her treatment had to be carefully planned by a team of specialists. Throughout her treatment, Arnold kept updating her followers and kept her life and her family's life as normal as possible. She also used her platform to emphasize the importance of regular checkups and early detection. Her message was clear. Self-advocacy is vital in healthcare, and no symptom is too small to investigate. In her remission announcement, Arnold thanked her doctors, her husband Bill Klein, their son Will, and all those who supported her. She said, "It has been one of the most difficult journeys of my life, but it has also been filled with hope, love, and strength. My doctors have confirmed that I am in remission, and my scans are clear. I am so happy to share this news." In cancer care, remission means that the signs and symptoms of cancer have decreased or disappeared. Partial remission means the cancer has shrunk or become less active. Complete remission means there are no visible signs of cancer. Arnold's doctors have confirmed a complete remission, which is a major reason to celebrate. Still, she said she will continue to get regular checkups, blood tests, and scans. "The journey doesn't end with remission," she explained. "We've reached a big milestone. Now I'm focusing on healing, spending time with loved ones, and being grateful every day." Her cancer journey played out alongside her public life, giving people a look at how personal health struggles can affect someone in the spotlight. As a reality TV personality, she's used to sharing personal moments, but this experience felt deeper and more emotional. Balancing treatment, parenting, filming, and work was challenging but also empowering for her. In a blog post, she admitted there were days when she could barely get out of bed. But there were also days when she felt strong and focused. She learned to listen to her body, take breaks, and ask for help when needed. One of the hardest lessons she learned was that she didn't always have to be strong. Her husband, Bill Klein, supported her throughout her treatment. Their relationship has always been based on humor, respect, and deep love. They first met while working at Texas Children's Hospital. Like Jen, Bill also has dwarfism and understands the challenges of healthcare. In interviews and on social media, Bill has talked about how hard it was to see his wife go through this. He said, "Watching someone you love go through something like this is hard. Sometimes the best thing you can do is be there to hold her hand, make her laugh, and remind her she's not alone. You want to fix it to take it away." Their son Will, born in 2015 through a gestational carrier, has also been a source of comfort. Now 8 years old, Will has been seen in the public eye, but his parents have worked hard to give him a normal childhood. They explained Jen's illness to him in a way he could understand. "We told Will that Mommy was sick and needed medicine to get better," Arnold said. "We wanted him to understand why I was tired, why I had to go to the hospital, and why I lost my hair. But we didn't go into too much detail. He was patient and kind. He would tell me I was brave, bring me blankets, and draw me pictures. His love and innocence gave me comfort every day." Arnold remembered one tough day when she was feeling very sick and sad. Will climbed into her lap and said, "I love you, Mommy. You are my superhero." That moment made her cry and gave her strength to keep going. Arnold's experience as a neonatologist also shaped how she approached her own diagnosis. Having cared for sick and premature babies for over 10 years, She has always worked with compassion and care. But being a patient was a humbling experience. As a doctor, I'm used to delivering bad news, explaining treatment options, and helping families make tough choices, she said. But suddenly I was the one in the exam room, hearing words like cancer, prognosis, and chemo. It didn't feel real. This experience has changed how she practices medicine. She now puts even more focus on empathy, honest conversations, and emotional support in her work. I've always cared about my patients, she said. But now I understand their fear and uncertainty in a deeper way. I listen differently. I pause more. I remind myself that behind every diagnosis is a person with a story, a family, dreams, and fears. Her experience has made her more passionate about early screenings, access to care, and mental health support for cancer patients. She works with several cancer awareness organizations, especially those that support people with disabilities or rare conditions. She pointed out that people with disabilities are often overlooked in healthcare. People assume our health issues are just part of our condition, she said. But we can get illnesses like anyone else, diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. We deserve fair, thoughtful, and full medical care. Arnold's honesty about her cancer journey has connected with many people, especially other cancer survivors and members of the disability community. Many have reached out to thank her for being real and giving a voice to feelings that are often kept hidden. One fan said, "Watching your courage helped me feel less alone during my own treatment. You reminded me it's okay to cry, to be scared, and to ask for help. Thank you for being real." Another fan, a mom with a disability, said, "I worry about how my illness affects my kids. Seeing you manage parenting and recovery gives me hope that I can too." Arnold has thanked everyone for their kind messages. "I never set out to be a symbol of strength," she said. "I'm just a woman trying to get through one of the hardest things I've faced. But if my story helps someone feel seen or less alone, then that means something." The news of her remission brought a wave of support and happiness from fans, fellow doctors, and friends in the entertainment world. Her co-workers at Texas Children's Hospital praised her strength and dedication. Dr. Melissa Fisher, a close friend and fellow neonatologist, said, "Jen is one of the strongest women I know. She's so devoted to her patients, her family, and her own health. It's amazing to see her reach this point. She inspires all of us." Arnold now sees this moment as a chance to focus on what really matters: her health, her family, and her purpose. She knows she'll need to be careful with her energy, but she plans to slowly return to her work. She said, "I want to take things one day at a time. I want to live fully, be present with my loved ones, and keep advocating for health awareness." In addition, she plans to resume work on The Little Couple, which has been put on hold while she receives treatment. The sitcom, which debuted in 2011, follows Jen and Bill as they deal with marriage, parenthood, work, and the pleasures and difficulties of having dwarfism. It has developed into a forum for representation, advocacy, and education. Over time, the duo has promoted inclusivity, dispelled prejudices, and brought attention to the day-to-day experiences of individuals with disabilities by using their prominence. Arnold is excited to start filming again now that her health is better, but she admits that the tone of the upcoming season might change. "Overcoming challenges has always been a theme of our story," she stated. "This encounter will now be included in that story. It's about resilience in all its manifestations, not simply parenting or dwarfism." Additionally, she aspires to broaden her advocacy efforts, especially in the area of cancer assistance for marginalized communities. She is in talks with nonprofits about starting a patient support program that would offer financial aid, counseling, and resources to those with cancer diagnosis, particularly those who have disabilities or pre-existing diseases. She underlined that access to care shouldn't depend on your body type, background, or income. Everyone should have an equal opportunity to succeed. Arnold is cautious yet optimistic as she looks to the future. Although it is a win, remission is not a given. She is determined to remain alert because she is aware that cancer can reappear. Priorities will include mental well-being, healthy lifestyle choices, and routine follow-up sessions. She has also committed herself to living a more purposeful life. "I learned not to put off joy from this experience," she remarked. "Time isn't guaranteed, so I used to believe that I'll do it when I had more time or that I'll unwind when things settle down. I want to spend more time with my family, laugh more, tell them I love them more, and enjoy the little things in life like Wade's laughter, a nice cup of coffee, and the morning light." Through this ordeal, she and Bill have become closer. She remarked, "We've always been a team. However, enduring this together strengthened our bond. We discovered new ways to help one another and improved our communication skills. I was reminded of the reasons we are partners in every way. Although there is still much to be done in Arnold's journey, this milestone is significant. Numerous lives have been impacted by her openness, honesty, and strength. She has transformed a very personal issue into a message of hope by sharing her story. She has started to re-establish habits in the weeks after her remission declaration, including peaceful evenings at home, coffee with Bill, and morning walks with Wade. Even though she still gets tired easily and has difficult days, the uncertainty has subsided. She declared, "I don't take a single day for granted. I consider it a blessing every morning when I wake up feeling good. Although I have no idea what the future may bring, I am certain that I am stronger than I was. I am aware that I am not alone." Remission is more than just a medical phrase to Jen Arnold. It's a symbol of fortitude, love, and the strength of community. It serves as a reminder that there is light even in the most dire circumstances. Her advice to people on their own challenging paths is straightforward. Never give up. It is possible to recover. There is hope. You're not alone either. Arnold continues to be a symbol of bravery as she recovers, not because she never experienced fear, but rather because she dealt with it with integrity, poise, and unflinching resolve. Her narrative serves as a potent illustration of how sharing one's path may inspire others, and how vulnerability can be a source of strength. She intends to concentrate on her physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being in the upcoming months. She will gradually go back to work, spend more time with her family, and keep advocating for patient empowerment and health fairness through her platform. Even though there may still be obstacles in her path, Jen Arnold approaches them with a fresh sense of direction and serenity. Even though her cancer put her through unthinkable hardships, it did not define who she was. Rather, it demonstrated the strength of her character, the enduring optimism that comes with a second opportunity, and the power of love. Her message is obvious to her patients, fans, and anybody else who has followed her journey. Remission is a fresh start, not the conclusion of the story. Jen Arnold's cancer journey started with a silent hunch that something wasn't quite right. Her training as a doctor taught her to look for trends and identify when the body is expressing discomfort. She started feeling tired all the time in late 2022, and rest didn't make it better. She initially blamed it on the typical demands of her life, which included juggling a demanding medical career, raising an active 8-year-old, and handling the logistics of a prominent part in a long-running reality show. However, as the weeks went by, further symptoms surfaced, including inexplicable weight loss, sporadic stomach pain, and a persistent feeling of unwellness. Arnold followed her gut and made an appointment for a thorough medical evaluation. In contrast to many patients who might put off getting help, the early identification of her disease was probably made possible by her proactive approach. Imaging studies and biopsies were performed after preliminary testing identified anomalies that required more examination. She was diagnosed with cancer at the beginning of 2023. Since she wants to keep control over her story and safeguard her family's privacy, the precise kind and setting have remained undisclosed. It was heartbreaking news. Arnold sat next to Bill Klein in an Instagram video message, her eyes full of sorrow, but her voice steady. She remarked, "I didn't expect to tell this story. But I want to tell you the truth. I have been diagnosed with cancer, and I am beginning treatment immediately." She clarified that her medical team had created a customized strategy and that despite the challenges that lay ahead, she was resolved to fight. An exhausting course of treatment ensued. After the original tumor was surgically removed, Arnold received multiple rounds of chemotherapy. Her care needed a very specialized approach because of her medical history, which included repeated spinal fusions as a result of problems from skeletal dysplasia.